Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK. Sumasayang papawid 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Happy Thursday! Happy Thursday, everybody! Nako, Thursday na naman. Excited ako. Siyempre, kapag natapos yung show namin the week after, excited na naman ako na ano naman kaya for next week. It's Dagdag Kaalaman Day. It's Thursday, no? Thursday ho ngayon, Thursday, no? Parang uhaw tayo sa kaalaman, sa knowledge, no? And we are so fortunate, siyempre, pagka gantong Thursday, ay yung isang eksperto sa immigration. But before I call on her, gusto kong bumati ng magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, mga kababayan natin sa apat na sulok ng United Kingdom. Welcome ho dito po sa Immigration Corner. It's a regular program. It happens every Thursday. Ayan. Siyempre, hindi lang yung mga kababayan natin dito sa United Kingdom ang nanonood sa atin. Meron din tayong mga kababayan sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo, no? Kaya tuloy kayo, kabayan, no? Sa Europa, good evening. Sa Amerika, magandang umaga o magandang hapon, depende kung nasaan ho kayo. At sa Pilipinas, at saang magbahagi ho ng mundo, mapa Middle East, no? Mapa Africa, Australia. Kung kayo ay nanonood dito, welcome, welcome, welcome. Pati Canada, no? USA, Canada, North America, and South America. Kung meron tayong mga kababayang nanonood dyan. Okay, well, tonight, very interesting na topic. Pero siyempre, papakilala ko muna. Bago yung topic natin, bago natin i-flash. Siyempre, yung ating Brains and Beauty and the managing partner ho, no, ng Douglas Simon Solicitors. It's a law firm dito, and they specialize in immigration, family law, and a whole lot of other things, no. Mga kaibigan, ang pinakamamahal natin, Brains and Beauty, no, at excited, palagi ko excited to pagka Thursday, Pagka sira ang araw niya, nababawi sa gabi. Pag maganda araw niya, simula ng umaga, lalong gumaganda sa gabi. Mga kaibigan, ang ating pinakamamahal na Thursday lady, no? Mga kaibigan, walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Happy Thursday, Attorney!
Sonny, and sa lahat, happy Thursday po. Glad to be with you. It's really strange, no? Ang bilis-bilis ng panahon na nga ngayon. Do you find I find certainly the older I get, the faster the time goes, no? Hindi ba? It's just Thursday na uli. It was only last Thursday. Last Thursday yung pinag-usapan natin, no? 31 years na akong qualified as a solicitor. So, and now, it's another week on top. Nako, ang bilis-bilis ng panahon, ano? But happy Thursday. Kamusta ka?
Okay naman. Okay naman. I'm okay naman. I'm so glad na tama ka, no? Mabilis ang panahon eh. Mabilis ang katatapos lang nung Christmas, nag-New Year, nag-Valentine's Day. O ano ang susunod? Holy Week, no? Yung
Yeah.
ano ba pangalan ng Holy Week? Lenten season or yan yata, di ba? So ang bilis, tama ka, no?
Yeah.
31 mo lang, baka mamaya 32 na. Di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi mo alam eh. Pero yung line na tumatanda, I don't think naman hindi naman as you're getting older, hindi naman. Ano lang parang dumadaan lang yung araw, di ba? Kumusta? Okay naman. I am getting to enjoy my life with Snooki, di ba? I actually was thinking nakala ko madali to be a dog owner, to be a responsible dog owner. But I'm sort of embracing it and getting into it na. At saka enjoy mo sa aso mo kasi kasi toy dog to, attorney. My dog si Snooki is a toy dog, toy breed dog, no? Na maliit lang. In fact, yung mga kamukha niya mga Pomeranian, mukhang maliit siya compared to them eh. So even maging adult yung aking dog, I think she's still gonna be cute, no? Maliit eh. Napakaliit. Small nose. Small lips.
Yeah.
Yun lang. Yun ang aking nagkakabalan si Snooki. Ay, how's Watson, by the way? How's Watson?
Oh, Watson's okay. Nandito sa katabi ko. So, kung meron kayong marinig na snoring, hindi ako yun ha. It's Watson. Watson eh, tulog siya. And he snores really loud. And so,
malakas ang snoring ba niya?
Oh yeah, talaga.
Malakas ba siya
you can hear it from you can hear it from another room, no? Sometimes
okay. I don't know.
Minsan, no? Yeah, it's very strange. He's tulog siya. Tapos, no, I mean, I'm watching something. Tapos bigla akong meron ka maririnig. And you think, what is that? No, para bang motor? Siya.
Talaga? Oo. Ganun din si Snooki. Nagulat ako, nag-snore din pala ang maliit na puppy.
Yeah.
Oo. 5 months na pala si Snooki ko nung 17, February 17. Oo. So, nakaka 5 months na siya. Oo. May parang ikaw, anniversary, 31st year of being a solicitor. Siya naman, 5 months of her existence in this world. I call her many. I call her many names. I call her a creature. Sabi kami, si creature nasa na. My sweetheart calls her Puching Ching. We call her Torita. I call her Torita kasi she's very matapang eh. And then have you seen yung kumakahig na manok? Yung kaya yung mga bull when they're ready to fight, they di ba? Ganun na siya. Ganun na siya. Yung hind legs niya, gaganon siya. Talagang parang ready to attack. Nakakatuwa because ang liit, ang tapang-tapang. But asa na ba siya? Oy, Snooki!
Nasaan siya?
Hindi ko alam kung anong ginagawa. Biglang, I don't know where she is. Snooki? Anyway. Lilitaw lang mamaya. Yan. Okay, tonight, by the way, what are we gonna be having? Anong topic natin for tonight?
Ito po. So, relationship breakdown in immigration, or immigration and relationship breakdown, no? Meron one of my colleagues, sabi niya tinanong niya ako, what's the inspiration for the topic nga today? Sabi niya sa akin, no? And sabi ko, Valentine's. Because last week was Valentine's. And of course, you celebrate relationships during Valentine's Day. But hindi naman, it doesn't always work out. And when it doesn't work out, kung may immigration aspect, mas mahirap pa, no? Mas stressful pa. So anyway, so yun ang inspiration ko, sadly. But there you go. Oh, I tell you what, kahapon, I went to see Cirque du Soleil. If you get a chance, you should watch. Ang tawag is Cirque du Soleil. That's in the Royal Albert Hall at the moment. Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know. I saw not really a similar one, pero doon sa ano, pero small time lang. Sige, okay, yeah. Is it ongoing
you
still?
should. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, sige, we'll give
ata.
it
I think
yeah,
probably another few
check
weeks.
it
So
out.
tingnan mo. Yeah, no, it was brilliant, no? So if any one of you know, no, you get a chance, you should watch it. That was really really good. It was my belated uh Valentine's
Anniversary.
celebration.
Ah, Valentine's. Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
No, no,
okay,
that was
okay.
Valentine's yun. So,
Wow.
yeah, because I mean,
Oh, that's
you
good.
know how it is, Tony. I don't know if you bother to celebrate Valentine's. I don't really know. I mean, uh, after a
Oh,
while,
well,
you kind of think, no.
I know. I know, but sometimes we have to go the extra mile or go out of our way. Sometimes uh, life is actually we creating it, designing it. You know, pwedeng it will can happen, pero on the other hand, you can also do something. Para, I don't know, pero ganun lang siguro, do a little something na lang siguro. Parang ganun, no? I know, sometimes I'm not bothered, but sa akin nga, birthday ko, I don't even feel like birthday ko eh. You know, yeah, but people around me, oh, let's celebrate your birthday. Pero sa akin, parang, I wake up, probably a little prayer, pero ayun na yun, not something na
Mm-mm.
magharbo a party or, diba? I, a bombastic, magnificent celebration or anything, di ba? A very eventful,
Mm-mm. Tama.
uh, di ba? Process, hindi ganun. Sa akin, I just, ano.
Mm.
Pero okay lang, okay lang. But happy, well, belated happy Valentine's. And I believe it's going to be your anniversary at that, di ba? So, soonish. No? That's going to be next week.
Yeah,
So, happy
next week.
anniversary. Oo.
Yeah,
Imagine mo yan, no? Wow.
30 years. No, I've
Oh,
known my husband and
parang rin alam
partner
mo,
for, no?
yung
30 years.
parang
Yeah.
SRA, yung sa SRA mo, 31. Oh, di ba?
Yeah,
Almost.
we met before. No, yeah, we met before.
After.
Yeah, must be
Before, during.
after qualifications. No, after qualification. 1 year after qualification. Because I'm 31
Oh,
years now.
wow.
So yeah, we've known each other. Yeah, so we've been there 30 years. My
Parang
gosh,
kahapon lang, no?
wow.
Parang,
Tagal na
parang
nga.
kahapon
2
lang, attorney.
decades, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
parang
ang
kahapon lang.
bilis-bilis ng
Wow.
panahon. It's astonishing,
Mabilis.
no?
Mabilis.
Uh,
Mabilis ang
yeah,
panahon.
scary.
Yung mga kids that I've met before na anak ng mga kaibigan ko, gugulat ako, mga dalaga na eh. Dati, mga
Mm.
bata. Mabilis, no? Mabilis, mabilis. So, yeah. Okay, so relationship, pag-uusapan natin ngayon, no?
Opo.
So, ayan, pag-uusapan natin. Okay, so ngayon, yung mga ating we will have to acknowledge yung mga unang, di ba? Ito yung mga bragging rights. Ako una sa gabing yun. You had a hat trick, nag-hat trick ka ba? Di ba? Nag-hat trick ka recently, di ba?
Yeah, not last week.
Di
Last
ba?
week I was pretty poor, no? So tingnan natin.
Oo.
So, I think 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago na may hat-trick ako, but I've not. I think that was probably the first
Okay.
first time nga I was able to guess everyone. So tingnan natin. Let's see if I can
Sige,
follow.
sige. Okay, sige, sige.
I
Let's hear.
think si Oliver. Let me go with Oliver today.
Maganda
Ayan.
muna tayo. Mag-bumper tayo muna, attorney. Bumper. Okay. Go,
Oh,
go,
yeah,
go. Direct.
sorry.
Ayan, mapa-desktop, mapa-mobile phone, tablets, you can message us, no? Ayan. Okay, sino ang unang bumati sa atin, attorney?
Oh, I think Oliver. Ngayon, Oliver Fernandez.
Oliver Fernandez.
Our friend in the States.
Tignan natin. Oh, in the States, in Washington State.
Oliver! Oh, excellent.
Wow, wow, yeah.
Hi, Oliver.
I look forward always. You know why? Because there's a trivia or there's a message. There's he tells something, a story. Sige, sige, attorney, go, go, go.
Mm-mm. Yeah. No, he's brilliant, no? Galing po to kay Oliver.
Oh.
Good evening po, Attorney Lira, Kuya Sonny, and Derek Pao. Last Christmas, our eldest son bought my wife and I a plot of land in Aberdeenshire in West Scotland. My gosh, wow, he's generous, no? Measuring one foot,
Oh.
1 foot by 10 feet. Okay, apparently only for such souvenir. Okay, Apparently, ownership of such souvenir plot bestows us the
Oh,
customer title or I think tama ka, Oliver,
wow.
title of Lord Oliver and Lady
Oh,
Mia. So there you go. I think you're right,
wow.
Oliver.
Oh,
One of these
pwede pala,
days, we
no?
will invite you to set a literal foot on our Scottish estate. Yeah, just hoping your feet are too big, or else we would be trespassing at the adjoining estate of the neighbors. But first, Thursday
Wow.
learning, we go. Oliver, how excellent is that? I think tama siya. You
Wow.
can, I think, buy
Oh.
actually Scottish
Saan yan? Saan
titles
yan?
by buying a plot of land.
Aberdeenshire? Saan yan?
Yeah,
Oh, Aberdeenshire. Okay, all
Aberdeenshire
right.
in West Scotland. Yeah, but I think tama
Oh,
siya. That you
I
can.
haven't been
Yeah.
to, no. Oh, pwede pala, no? Pwede pala, you buy a plot of land. Saan yan? Parang sa wilderness, parang mga open, mga, ano yan? I'm quite intrigued by it, no? Pero
Yeah,
pwede ka
yeah,
pala
yeah,
maging
yeah.
Lord. Oh,
Yeah.
Sonny and
So you become
Lady Lira.
a Scottish lord.
Oh, Lord Sonny and
Lord
Lira.
Sonny,
Oh,
Lord,
okay.
yeah, I would be
Lady,
Lady
Lira.
Lyra. Oh, I
Wow.
like the sound of that,
Wow.
huh? Yeah.
Pwede
Or you
pala,
would
no? You
actually
buy
be a
a
laird.
plot of land.
Yeah. No,
Oo.
it's a
Parang
Scottish
Lord, no?
title, so it's a
Laird.
laird. Yeah, you're a
A
laird.
laird.
Yeah,
Laird. Ano yan?
tama. Yeah.
Magkano yan? Curious lang. How much is the investment sa ganyan to be a Lord, no? Pero nakakatuwa yan. It's quite interesting. 1 foot by
Mm.
10 feet, no? Oh, parang
Yeah,
one
yeah.
foot by 10
Cool.
feet. Saan lugar no? Hindi siya densely populated na area, no? Siyempre, di ba? Yung mga, but that's quite interesting. Thank you very much. We look forward
Yeah,
always to Oliver's, sharing kasi may kwento eh. Not the usual
talaga.
greeting. It has a substance, a story, di ba? Something that he shares, no? So, mabuhay, mabuhay, mabuhay. Thank you. So, 1 out of 1.
Yeah, 1 out of 1. Okay, let's stay with the chaps. I think Edgardo Enriquez. Kaya.
Edgardo.
Okay.
Cagacian. Edgardo Cagacian Enriquez. Okay, let's go.
Opo.
Tignan natin.
Oh, sorry, Miss
Oh!
Pane. I
Regular to,
should
si
have
Marian.
known. I should have known. Yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
I
Miss
know that you
Pane.
felt here. I know you felt na si Marian, kaya lang parang you wanted to, ano. Oo.
Yeah.
Oh, sige,
Yeah. No,
go ahead,
tama
attorney.
ka. No, I was actually close. So, yeah.
Mm,
Hello po. Magandang gabi po,
mm,
Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po and stay safe always. God bless and stay healthy. Sa'yo din, no, Miss Pane,
mm.
iingat ka, no? Yeah, ingat ka. And
Yeah,
just
oo.
be careful. At saka lamig-lamig nga ngayon, no? It's winter is back, no? It's
Oo
today
nga,
it was
malamig,
so cold.
malamig, yeah. Malamig today, yes. But we had to go
Yeah.
for a walk sa Richmond Park. Oh, by the way, attorney, have you heard of Fenton? Have you heard of Fenton?
Fenton?
The
Oh, the
Fenton story?
dog.
Oh, the
Fen-
dog.
Fenton the dog.
Fenton the dog na he chased the deer yata, and the deer crossed the road, and the cars had to stop, di ba? Because he was chasing it, and the owner was shouting, "Phantom, Phantom, Jesus Christ!" Have you seen the video?
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw the video.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, no, I tell you, talaga, it's nakakatakot nga, no? I mean, it's Watson is about Fenton's size, actually bigger, no? So
mm,
siya, I get quite, I mean, Richmond Park is great to walk, but dahil malaki nga siya, I do get a little bit concerned, no? Because the deer, actually, it doesn't matter, I suppose, the size of your dog, but yeah, the deer are there, and they're roaming free, di ba, sa Richmond.
yeah, they are.
So yeah, they
Oh,
can, yeah. So Snooky can take a shine on a deer and chase after
oh.
them.
May video ko ni Snooki attacking trying to attack, pero kasi ito maski ina-attack ayun ang problema lang, maliit siya, no? Because I think it's common in small dogs na parang they're, I don't know kung defensive thing, they're small, no? They tend to
Mm,
be aggressive, But, yeah, okay. Well, si Snooki. O, si Fenton.
Fenton.
Ang nagkwento si Oliver,
Oo.
hindi ko alam si Fenton. I only found out when we shared a video of, or a picture, a video of Snooki, and he mentioned, baka maging Fenton. Yun pala si Fenton, yung asong naghabol ng mga deer sa Richmond Park, na tumawid yung mga deer sa kabila ng kalsada, kaya yung mga kotse, nahinto lahat sila dahil hindi sila makatakbo dahil tumatakbo yung mga deer. So, ayan. Okay.
Yeah.
Sino third natin? Third. Wala mo.
Oh, okay. Let me stick with Edgardo. Kaya tingnan
Edgardo.
natin.
Sige. Edgardo Cagastian Enriquez. Oh!
Gigi. Hi,
Gigi Elamparo.
Yeah.
Elamparo.
Oh,
No?
yeah.
Wow. Mabuhay.
Elamparo, yeah. So, yun na nga.
Elamparo.
Hi, Gigi. Yeah, good evening, sabi po niya. Good evening, Attorney Lira and Kuya Sonny. Happy Thursday, all viewers.
Yes.
God bless everyone. And also, of course, Direct Paula. Lovely evening. Salamat, Gigi. That's so nice of you to say hello.
Yes, mabuhay ka, Gigi, no? Ayan. So, okay. Sige, ano pa may mga greetings natin dyan, Direct? So, ito yung si Rudy Libro. Yes, Rudy, mabuhay.
Yeah, the Libro clan. Happy, tama siya.
Oh.
Happy Cold Thursday. Oh, lovely, elegant, Attorney Lira. Legend, Sir Sonny, super, Sir Edgar, and lovely Direct Paula. And all happy viewers. God bless us all. Team Libro. Hi, Mr. Libro. Kamusta po? Kamusta yung pamilya?
Mabuhay.
Nice
Mabuhay
to see
kayo.
you.
Mabuhay. Yes. Ako, I'm looking forward to go to their place, no? Uy, bago to, no? Bago ba to?
Yeah.
Bago to.
Oh,
Okay.
ata.
Dred
Felipas. Hello po, magandang gabi po.
Bago.
Magandang
Welcome,
gabi po. Yeah, magandang gabi rin. Yeah, indeed.
Taga saan ka? Saan ka rito
So,
sa UK ka ba? Sa Pilipinas? Saan ka ba nanonood sa amin dito sa programa, no? Nasaan ka ngayon? Let us know, no? Dred, no? At saka, girl, ito na. Girl ka ba o boy? Ayan, okay. Yung hinulaan mong pangalawa, ito na. Edgardo
Yung
Cagastian
iniintay
Enriquez.
ko.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man who coined Thursday, Cold Thursday.
Exactly.
LARAGAN, Attorney Lira. And hardworking, tama ka, Direct Pao. And to the viewers. Worked from Canary Wharf today. Oh, Northern Line going south to Morden. Seems not busy. Actually, looking forward to lots of learning again today. Thanks. Yeah, tama siya. Tama ka.
So he was working. He worked today.
Yeah.
So nakauwi na.
The traffic is not so bad. Tsaka kahapon din, it wasn't so bad going into the city. Usually, pagkagabi na, 5:30, traffic, hindi gaano kahapon. And today also not too bad, I don't think.
Okay.
So that's good to know.
Okay.
So at least, hopefully nakakuha ka ng upuan, no? Because that's always the thing with tubes, yung upuan. No, there's never any.
Maganda siya, no? End of the line siya. So maski makakatulog siya, doon yata siya. I don't know kung umiikot ka agad yan, no? Ayan, JC Glover. Okay.
JC Glover,
bago to, no?
Yeah.
Bago?
Ata, yeah.
Bago.
Where are you watching from? JC, yeah. So sabi po niya, hello Attorney and Sonny Laragan. Happy Thursday, JC. Saan ka nanonood? Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know. Ayan. Uy, sino to? Virginia Ilona.
Miss Ilona. Yeah, yun na nga. Watching from YouTube. So Virginia, good evening Attorney Lira and Sonny. Greetings from Gothenburg, Sweden. Nice to see your programmed immigration corner. Good luck in mabuhay. Yun na nga. How are you? Siguro
Virginia,
mas malamig doon
mabuhay.
actually sa Sweden. Yeah.
Sa Sweden, saan siya eh? Ano nga pala? Saan ka? Yung second biggest city in Gothenburg. Yeah. Binanggit ba? Sorry. Hindi ko na taga Gothenburg yan. Gothenburg. So second biggest city in Sweden, no? Mabuhay, hope to see you. Pagka napunta ka ng London, let us know, no? Para at least mag-coffee, mag-lunch, or whatever, no? Okay, well, yun na muna. Pansamantala, no? Doon sa mga tinanong natin kung taga saan kayo, let us know para malaman natin na, nanonood pala siya from, let's say, dyan, magmula sa Buckinghamshire or Aberdeenshire or Nottinghamshire. Kung nasaan ho kayo nanonood, it would be nice, no, to know. Dahil at least we know that from different parts of the UK or outside of the UK, at least alam natin. Okay, Attorney, we're going to have a short break, and when we come back, you're going to be discussing this topic tonight, no? Immigration and relationship breakdown. dahil love month, maganda pag-usapan. So wag ho kayong alis, kami po ni Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat ay magbabalik saglit po lamang.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
100% all natural. Tasty. Healthy. Versatile. 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
Mula sa kabisera ng Inglaterra, sa puso ng Britanya, London, UK. London, UK. Ito ang Channel Philippines Network, Pinoy Radio, UK. Pinoy Radio, UK. Sumasahing papawid, 24 oras. 24 oras. Buong linggo. Sa www.pinoyradiouk.com. Ang mga pinakapaborito mga awitin, mga pinakaabangang programa, at mga sariwang balita at impormasyon mula at para sa mga kababayang Pilipino sa UK at sa buong mundo. Pinoy Radio UK. Pinoy Radio UK.
Okay, balik na ho tayo sa ating palatuntunan, Immigration Corner on a happy Thursday. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN. For those of you who tuned in just now, syempre, tawagan natin yung ating pinakamamahal na eksperto sa immigration, ating brains and beauty, no? Mga kaibigan, walang iba kundi si Attorney Lira Simon Cabatbat. Happy Thursday once again, Attorney.
Happy Thursday po sa inyong lahat, no? Happy Thursday. Glad to be back, no?
Yes.
Malaking topic natin.
Okay, maski malamig ngayon, at least ito, iinit ho tayo sa topic natin. Okay, anong topic natin? Paki-flash nga direct, di ba? Oo, kailangan uminit tayo. Okay, anong topic natin bago paki-flash lang? Okay, asan? Hindi. Ayan, okay. So ayan, immigration and relationship breakdown ang topic natin. So take it away, Attorney.
Okay, so alam ko po love month nga ngayon, no? Katatapos nga lang ng Valentine's. So but unfortunately, it doesn't always work out nga relationship. So weirdly, ang inspiration ng topic nga natin ngayon is actually Valentine's. So looking at the contrast of Valentine's nga. So ano mangyayari nga with immigration and relationship breakdown? It's very common. One of the main grounds actually, no, kung papasok nga kayo galing nga sa Pilipinas o saan man o nandito na nga kayo, is to do with relationship, no? Either sa spouse o kaya fiancé o partner route, no? So what happens though kung you made that application or even you're in the United Kingdom or you want to make that application, pero may nangyari, no, sa relationship nyo, it breaks down. Now, unang-una, it's not always the case na may kasalanan yung isa, no? Sometimes things just don't work out, no? And I would say siguro 90% of the time when things break down, it's not necessarily the fault of anyone. But sometimes it is very clear na may yung isang tao may kasalanan. So sabihin natin nandito na nga kayo, may spouse visa kayo, no? Either the first 2.5 years or indeed the second 2.5 years, kasal nga kayo dito, or indeed you are in a civil partnership, tapos may nangyari, no? The relationship broke down because ginugulpi nga kayo. And it doesn't have to be also physical assault. It could also be coercive behavior, no? Hindi ka wala kang trabaho, hindi ka binibigyan ng pera, tinatakot ka lagi, no? Threats of violence. So anything nga like that could be nga domestic violence, could be construed. So kung yun ang sitwasyon, what can you do, no? Meron bang panibagong o posibilidad na application if you don't want, cannot also stay in that relationship? The answer is yes, no? So, yung nga lang, there are, as with the case with with most immigration, there are conditions. So, sabihin natin nga, visa nyo dito, spouse kayo, no? Importante po yun, spouse visa, okay? Or you are here nga as I've said, as a partner. Hindi nga kayo kasal, but you're here on a partner. So considered as in the same way as a spouse. Now, but yung nga, ginugulpi kayo. Yeah? What do you then do? Now, you can make an application under what's called the domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route. Now, you can make that application as long as you satisfy nga, all the relevant conditions, even though you're only on the first on the first probation period, the first 2.5 years. So sabihin natin, kapapasok nyo nga lang, nandito kayo as a spouse, and then ginulpi kayo, no? Can you make an application immediately under the domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route? The answer is yes, you can, no? So yun, kailangan yung pakita nga, amongst other things that, of course, nandito nga kayo, you made you entered the UK, ang visa nyo nga ngayon is that of a spouse or partner nga, and you must not fall for refusal under what they call suitability grounds, so wala kayong mga criminal conviction, and importante po, domestic violence evidence. Yung nga, as I say, you don't have to be physically assaulted, but the Home Office will require good evidence nga, strong evidence of domestic violence. So, kung meron nga sinumbong niya nga sa police or their court proceedings, all those things would be good evidence. Now, if you don't have evidence, yung nga it's you just saying ginawa nga niya ito, then you have to be careful because it could be that they say there's not enough evidence to show that indeed domestic violence was perpetrated against you. In which case, it could be that the application is refused. No. Now, if it's refused, it could be that there are other things that they may apply. Let's look at that nga. But kung makuha nyo, nagpaso, so nandito nga kayo, spouse visa kayo, tapos ginulpi kayo, you were subjected to domestic violence, and you made an application, and sabihin natin nakuha nyo. Ano makukuha nyo? Yung nga, under the domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route, indefinite makukuha nyo. Ibig sabihin, it's settlement status na nga. No? Now, may bayad sa kanila sa Home Office. At the moment, it's £2,404. So, mataas nga. Wala kayong pera dahil inasahan nyo nga siya. You can, in some cases, get a fee, what's called a fee waiver. So, you would need to show to the Home Office nga that you can't pay. No? So, by that, they want to see nga bank statements, for example, to show na wala nga kayong pera. But that's a possibility, which is the fee waiver. Now, one thing to also bear in mind under this domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route is, sabihin natin, may visa nga kayo, tapos natapos na yung visa nyo, no? So I actually have a case where hindi nga naipasok nung kliyente yung application niya because she was actually in hospital, no? She was in fact hospitalized by virtue of the assault by her from her partner nga. And she was in hospital for a good few weeks, no? So in that case, we were able to show that she could not have submitted the application prior to her visa expiring, and they accepted it, no? So kahit nga natapos ng visa nyo, you can make an application still under this route. Yung nga lang, kailangan yung ebidensya na, you need to show why it is that you were late in making the application. So that is this domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route. But as I say, kailangan yung pakita nandito kayo as a spouse or under the partner route, by that where you've been living together for more than 2 years, or same-sex relationship. but yung nga kailangan nyo. Kung ibang visa nyo, so sabihin natin, fiancé visa kayo dito, hindi nyo pwedeng gamitin yon. So you would not qualify as a fiancé under the domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route, unfortunately. Okay, so as I've said, sometimes it's very clear now that the relationship breakdown has been because of conduct and like domestic violence, but it could also be that it's just one of those things, no? Hindi kayo nagkasunduan, or it could even be na kayo as far as fault is concerned, that kayo may kasalanan, no? Now there are other also routes. So now, the next thing perhaps to look at is kung meron kayong anak nga, no? Kung meron kang anak dito, then you should certainly look at the parent route. So sabihin natin, nandun kayo sa Pilipinas. O indeed, kung nandito nga kayo, no? Pero meron pa kayong visa, no? And yung may anak kayo, yung anak nyo British, sabihin natin dito. And you want to then make an application on the basis of that relationship because you are either the parent who has care, o kaya gusto niyo makita you have a substantial part in the child's life. So in that case, kung nandun kayo sa Pilipinas, o indeed, as I say, meron kayong visa, nandito nga kayo, you can potentially make an application under the parent route. So kailangan yung pakita doon na yung bata nandito nakatira. Under 18 yung bata, no? And yung bata nga either British or Irish citizen, or someone, or he or she has settled status nga in the United Kingdom. Kung mapakita nyo nga yun, bibigyan kayo ng visa, usually for 2.5 years. Pag pumasok kayo dito under the parent route, it's very similar nga to the spousal route. So, ang kailangan yung pakitang total, 5 years nga din. And once you've completed 5 years, then you can make an application for indefinite leave to remain, again for settlement status. Now, not everyone obviously would have children, or indeed they may have children, but itong parent route is not possible. So sabihin natin, nandito kayo, meron kayong anak, pero pareho kayong walang visa, no? Kung yun ang sitwasyon nyo, then you can look at the possibility of making an application under what's called exceptions, no? And that would be, one would be under what's called EX 1A ang tawag. Kung gusto nyo tingnan is under the immigration rules. So basically doon, let me read to you the relevant section. Sabi doon, the applicant, so kayo, no, you have a genuine and subsisting parental relationship with a child who is, unang-una po, under the age of 18, no, and is in the United Kingdom, okay, or and is British or has lived in the United Kingdom for at least 7 years. So ibig sabihin, wala silang visa, pero matagal na sila dito, for 7 years plus. Immediately preceding the date of the application. So pareho kayong walang visa, pero yung anak nyo ay 7 na, then this potentially could apply. And the final condition is taking into account their best interest as a primary consideration. It would not be reasonable to expect the child to leave the United Kingdom. So basically, dito na sila lumaki, wala kayong mga kamag-anak nga sa atin, no? Meron kayong mga pamilya dito, sabihin natin, no? Close siya sa lola, lolo niya nga dito, auntie, uncle nga niya dito, and it would be not in his or her best interest to leave the United Kingdom. So that's also a possibility. So sabihin natin you have a relationship nga dito, you thought maybe making an application to regularize your stay on that basis, pero nga din, no? Naghiwalay nga kayo, meron kayong anak, yung anak nyo, could be na wala nga siyang visa, potentially. Maybe anak niyo siya from a different relationship and you both entered the United Kingdom. So that is also nga a possibility, no? But that is quite, that type of application can be quite complex. So with some applications, I would say to clients, no, talagang kailangan yung I would say get legal advice, and that would be one of them. Because that's quite a difficult application to make. Tsaka mga ebidensya kailangan ipasok. You need to be very careful, you need to be very thorough, and yun nga, kailangan nyo malaman nga yung batas. Now, are there other possibilities? Absolutely. So, kung meron kayong visa nga dito, masok kayo as a spouse, or indeed as a fiancé maybe, then you can potentially look at employment, ha? there are limits to they're not all types of visas can be swapped over to allow you to work in the United Kingdom under the skilled worker route, for example. In skilled worker route po, alam niyo naman, in the past it was tier 2. In the more distant past, it was called work permit nga. And ngayon tawag na po skilled worker route. So it's possible, no? With some cases, sabihin natin spouse visa nga kayo dito, gusto yung palitan, no? Na the relationship broke down, hindi naman niya kasalanan, hindi niya din kasalanan, it just simply broke down. Then a possibility would be to swap over yung visa niyo nga as a spouse to that under ito nga skilled worker route. So, yung nga lang, kailangan yung pakita, meron kayong sponsor dito. Yung sponsor nyo, hindi nga lang basta-basta. Kailangan meron silang lisensya. They actually call it sponsorship license. And then they would need to give you what's called a COS, a certificate of sponsorship. Kung nandun kayo sa Pilipinas, papasok nga kayo dito, or hindi nandito na nga kayo, you're looking to swap your spouse visa to this, then it would be either defined COS or undefined COS. So, but it's called, nevertheless, a certificate of sponsorship. Kailangan nyo nga yun, no? And in most cases, once you get a visa under the skilled worker route, again, kailangan nyo pakita 5 taon, no? You have to, unfortunately, kung papalitan yung visa nyo sa spouse to that allows you to work, you have to start over again. You can't usually just simply add that to make up the 5 years. But you can add it to make up the 10 years under the 10-year long residence route. So a possibility definitely nga is employment. Now, one also other possibility, again, komplikado po ito, is private and family life, no? So sabihin natin nagpasok nga kayong application as under the domestic violence indefinite leave to remain route, or even under the children relationship nga. Ang payo ko lagi, no, you should make representations under what's called Article 8 human rights, no? Article 8 po, that's usually referred to as right to family and private life. So kung meron nga kayong pamilya dito, kahit hindi nga anak, but let's say you're close to your auntie and your uncle, o kaya may mga kaibigan kayo dito, you're very close, and sometimes we can be closer to friends than family, you know? Then a possibility, o matagal na nga kayo dito, a possibility may be, rather than applying under the relationship route, no, is an application under the private and family life route with other family members, no. So for example, meron kayong nandito nanay nyo matanda na nga, no. You want to be able to stay in the United Kingdom. In the meantime, nandito kayo with a spouse visa, may nangyari nga sa relationship nyo, hindi naman yung kasalanan, hindi mo din nga kasalanan, what can you do? So a possibility may be, no, to see if you can make an application nga under the family private life route dahil nandito nga nanay nyo, inaalagaan nyo nga siya, no? But in any event, kung ano man papasok yung application, ang payo ko, and certainly when I make applications, I always include representations under yung Article 8 family private life. One reason for that is, of course, it could be na hindi niyo makuha yung main application nyo, the main reason for the refusal, for the application, but it could be that you get granted under the route of family private life. So it's certainly an option. Dadagdag nyo nga sa application. Also, no, it's good to include it for appeals. So sabihin natin na-refuse nga ang application nyo. At the moment, in order to get a right of appeal, one of the very few grounds in getting a right of appeal is where you have a claim for human rights. So idagdag nyo nga yun. So hopefully, kahit nga ma-refuse kayo, that you then get a right of appeal, which means you can then go to the first-tier tribunal na in order to appeal any refusal. And just to say, no, I'm sure most of you would know this now, dahil lagi kong sinasabi, 14 days lang po, 14 calendar days ang deadline ng appeal kung nandito nga kayo. Kung nandun kayo sa Pilipinas, sabihin natin it's 28 days. But it would go, they look at the applicant, ha? So kahit nandito ang sponsor nyo nga, it doesn't matter. nandun kayo sa Pilipinas, is 28 days. Pero kung nandito kayo, yung 14 days. So, I would hope though na sabihin natin nandito nga kayo, either with a visa nga o wala kayong visa. Don't give up. That's perhaps the thing to take away, no? Kahit nga hindi nyo pwedeng ipursige yung relationship application nyo, look at the other routes, and really it's worth taking advice. Because it could be na, okay, kahit nga hindi yung nangyari, naghiwalay nga kayo, that you can pursue an application under a different route. And it's sayang nga lang if you don't at least look at the possibility. So sometimes things just don't work out. But if they don't work out, pero yung nga ng visa nyo, don't despair. Take advice, and hopefully there are other routes available to you. And that's just some of the routes, no? Those are just some of the routes na pinag-usapan nga natin. There are other possibilities. So it could be that even though hindi nga pwedeng relationship, that you can look at the other possibilities. And it's been done. It can be done. So take advice.
It's been done. It can be done. Ayan. Lahat naman posible, no? Pwedeng ma-work out, hopefully. Okay. Okay to, no? Instantly, yung beginning ng topic na nang dinidiscuss mo, you can apply immediately pala, no? For permanent residency ba to? Pagka ginulpi ka, gano'n, although nag-break down yung relationship, no? Oo. So, pwede na. Oo. Kailangan yung evidence lang, no? It doesn't have to be physical. Pwedeng, ano ba yan? Mental? O ano bang some of the domestic abuse, domestic violence?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's something called coercive behavior, for example, nga, no? And it could also be threats. So it's so it doesn't have to be physical, physical abuse, no? And sometimes it can be worse, no? The threats are appalling, no? So no, it can be. You don't necessarily need to suffer physical abuse, but of course, I suppose the main difference between it's in many ways, it's easier to show domestic violence because you have physical evidence now of the domestic violence, no? So it's a practical thing.
Okay, attorney, may mga questions tayo. Can we go segue straight to the question?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
please.
ayan. First question natin, direct. Go ahead, please. Ayan. From Mona M. Yan. Okay, attorney.
Mona M. Oh, I like her name. I like the name Mona. No? Good day,
Mona,
Good day,
yes.
Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Yeah, it's very I don't know any Monas in the UK, but I know a few Monas nga in the Philippines. So maybe it's the more Filipino. No? I love
ako rin.
Mona.
Pareho tayo.
Diba? Yeah.
Si Mona.
So sabi po niya,
yeah.
good day. Mona. Maybe Ramona, ha? Good day, sabi po niya, no? Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Need advice lang po for the tourist visa application ng senior parents ko na entirely dependent sa amin ng husband ko. Wala silang properties, no business. Nakatira sila sa bahay na under my name, along with the utility bills and other expenses na sa akin rin. Wow, you're so good, Mona, no?
Nakapangalan.
Si mother ko lang po. Yeah, so si mother ko lang po ang may bank statements ng mga padala namin. Yung father ko po, wala. May other way para maging higher ang chances nilang ma-approve kahit financially dependent sila sa expenses pagdating sa UK. For additional information po, my husband is holding a Tier 2 sponsor. His dependent, and yung kukunin po is parents niya. Thank you and God bless. Oh, okay, Mona. Yeah, it's it's very generous of you, no, to provide nga for them. Now, ang payo ko to maximize chance of success, and actually this applies to most applications nga, is statements. By statements, I don't mean bank statements, although they also would be helpful separately. Yung statement, parang affidavit, no? So, kung yung nga, nakatira sila sa bahay nyo, kayo nga lahat ng bahala sa kanila, utilities and all of that, put it in your statement, no? Parang yung affidavit nga, explain nyo na sa Pilipinas, they have a good life. So, start with that, no? From your husband, especially the parents nga niya, I would advise starting with you're sponsoring. He's sponsoring his parents to enter the United Kingdom with visit visas. It will be a visit visa for however long. No, he provides for everything. They have a good life, and they say that, and they do. No, they have a good life, a comfortable life in the Philippines because you're providing for everything. They can see from the bank statements na hindi nga sila kinakapos. So, explain nyo. So, the affidavit or the statement is really there to explain ano bang background. And that hindi sila kailangan pumunta nga dito, magtrabaho nga dito because they have all the support financially and otherwise sa Pilipinas. It's always also helpful kung meron silang kahit ano, no? Sa Pilipinas nga din, kung any kind of business or indeed pamilya, no? Apo nga sa atin. So that meron silang babalikan. But in this case, if kayo nga lang mainly ang mga kamag-anak nga nila, and they're coming to the UK. So it's for you really to explain, of course they're going to go back. They have a good life nga in the Philippines. And the bank statements are good. Makikita naman nila doon kayo nung papadala. Don't forget though, kailangan nyo din magpasok ng bank statements nyo, ha? So the more money, frankly, the more money you have, the better, ha? So pakita nyo din bank statements nyo na kayang-kaya nyo nga sila in the Philippines and in the United Kingdom. And yung edad nga nila also say that, no? They're in their 80s, for example. Yes, of course, no? They're coming in to simply enjoy and maybe first time nga nila dito. They want to see yung mga apo nga nila, to meet also to experience the UK, maybe visit somewhere else. So, isabihin nyo. So, the takeaway really from this is, it's for you to explain. That's mainly the reason for refusals. Walang explanation. So, explain nyo sa kanila why it is they're coming, anong babalikan nila sa atin, and that's kayong sasalong lahat.
Okay, ayan. Kayo sasalo lahat. So hindi lang yung statements na pinagpapadala yung si Mona, kundi na to show, siyempre sa bangko ng mom niya, isa rin, she has to show her tawag dito, bank statements. Kailangan mag-provide din siya, no?
Opo.
And it would help,
Yeah.
no, kung medyo maganda-ganda ang laman, no? Mas maganda-ganda
Yeah.
kung medyo maganda-ganda laman. Oo.
Mas maganda nga.
Okay.
But one thing I would also say though is, and this is something I see all the time, people just suddenly put in thousands of pounds sa account ng pamilya nga nila to be able to show money. Huwag nyo gagawin yun dahil as soon as suddenly 10,000, 2,000 pounds immediately it suddenly coincidentally arrive, just before the application is being made. The Home Office then become very, very suspicious. Sasabihin nila, saan ito nanggaling? And then it becomes even more difficult actually to explain it.
Oo, yeah. At saka, di ba sa atin dito, we require about 6 months. Di ba? Baka yun, mamaya, yung kapapadala lang, So, o kaya, kapapadala, 6 months, yun lang ang pera nasa loob ng bangko. Okay. Sige, ano yung may next question tayo. Ayan, David or David.
Okay.
David,
galing po
Filipino
to kay
to.
David C. Yeah. Good evening, sabi po niya. Good evening, David, no? Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Pwede ko pang i-apply ng dependent visa ang first cousin ko? This is a good question. I get this a lot. Plan ko po po siyang kunin para dito. So, maghanap ng work. Kaso lang po, aalangan ako. Kasi may hepatitis. Nag-aalangan ako kasi may hepatitis. Poor thing. Hepatitis B po siya. Required po bang medical sa Pinas? Thanks in advance po. Okay, David. Of course, he won't necessarily need nga yung medical. Ang problema, iba po, no? Dependent visa, hindi po yung pwedeng first cousin, no? So under the adult dependent route, you can make an application nga for say lola, lolo, no, or magulang, no, adult children over the age of 18. But first cousins are actually not included as dependent nga. You can, in some cases, you can make an application outside the normal rules because of exceptional circumstances. Pero frankly, David, I can't see that it's gonna work. No? So, I mean, hepatitis, and he has hepatitis B, which is, of course, terrible. But kung ang papasok nga niya dito, ang balak niyo, papasok nga siya dito dahil gusto mo siyang, para bang ampunin nga dito, dito siya magtatrabaho. I can't see that that's gonna work, David. Ang problema nga din, kung nagpasok yung application, tapos na-refuse siya, then later on, kung gusto niyang bisitahin ka nga dito sa visit visa, it could be na maapektuhan yung application niya yun. Dahil baka sabihin nila, oh no, we don't think she's actually looking to come into the UK to visit. Really, she's looking to come in to stay. So ingat kayo. But it's going to be a very difficult application if you pursue it.
Attorney, halimbawa si David, lalaki, okay? Yung cousin niya, lalaki, halimbawa, okay, lalaki na lang, sabihin natin, no? Nagiging strategy ba ng, kunyari, ito, si David, halimbawa lang, example lang, si David, may first cousin, pero hindi naman niya sasabihin na first cousin niya. Tapos magpe-pretend sila na it's a gay relationship, a partner or something. Possible ba? Nagagawa ba yan? Hindi naman abuso. I don't know if that kind of a thing has been done as a strategy, like either a cousin or a friend na, although parehong heterosexual, pero magpipretend na, homosexual sila, na mag-partner or may relationship just to be able to get the person. May mga ganong cases ba? Have you ever heard of that?
It happens, no, Sonny. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen in country and indeed out country nga, no. Payo ko nga lang, when people kind of ask me nga, no, is that a possibility? Ang una kong sinasabi sa kanila, look, don't do it. Then it can bring so many problems sa inyong pareho, no. Unang-una, the home office are not silly, no. They will look, of course, at the background nga. And it's they never do, no, just take your word for it. And sometimes they even look nga at previous applications, kung meron kayong inimbita nga dati, no, and if you enter the United Kingdom, let's say as a spouse, no, or indeed the dependent of a worker nga in the United Kingdom, and it was a heterosexual relationship, no. Sometimes they've been known to actually look at social media, no, Facebook. So they will investigate. So unang-una nga, there's every chance na mahuhuli kayo. Kung mahuli nga kayo, it is of course an offense to do that. I mean, it's fraud, really, no. So not only are you going to get refused, and then it could even be that there are criminal proceedings, no. And ikaw, sabihin natin, indefinite ka nga dito, and you did that, it could be that your application later on for British passport, for naturalization, is compromised by that. No? In some cases, they can, if they think that you are not conducive to public good, or indeed na nagsinungaling ka in relation to your application, could even be na pwede nilang bawiin nga yung citizenship mo. So it's such a bad idea, no? So if you're tempted, and I can see nga why sometimes mga tao, you're tempted to do that, especially kung may nagpapayo ng sususo sa inyo, hindi yung problema, ganon. Don't even get into that. And yung mga nagsususo, most of the time, gusto na they demand money, kailangan ganito, ganyan. They promise everything under the sun. Hindi naman totoo. And you just lose your money. And then on top of that, may problema pa. So don't do it.
Ayan. Okay. So going back to kay David, no, yung first cousin, hindi pwedeng dependent, no? Ang dependent lang is children below 18. Tama? Yan hindi na yung...
So dependent...
sino pa ba?
Yeah. So dependent dependent would usually be spouse, partner nga, and then children under 18. Under the adult dependent route, then you're looking at children over 18 potentially, at saka parents, no? But not cousins, not even first cousins.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, yung ating may question pa ba tayo? Okay, let's go. Okay.
Oh, Leia Carnel, galing po to. So, magandang gabi. Magandang gabi
Mm.
po, Leia. So, magandang gabi po, Attorney
Magandang
Lina
gabi,
and Sir
Leia.
Sonny. Balak po namin ng partner ko na mag-apply ng spouse visa. Okay, good. Kaya lang po, retired na po siya. Okay. Hindi na po siya kumikita ng 18,600. Need po bang magpakita ng savings sa bank para makapag-apply po kami ng spouse visa? Thanks, MO Power. Leia, yeah, no, that's actually quite that's in fact a common scenario, no? And it's a good question nga. Now, so kung hindi na siya nagtatrabaho and he's retired, it could be na okay pa rin if he's getting these types of benefits. I'll read it to you, okay? So carer's allowance, for example, no? Disability living allowance, severe disablement allowance, no? At PIP, no? Personal independence payment. For example, police injury pension. So, may sakit nga siya, no? So, kung yun, so if he's getting some these types of benefits nga, then hindi niya kailangan pakita yung 18,600. Kung hindi niya nakukuha ito, so disability living allowance is a fairly common one, for example. Kung hindi niya nakukuha ito, ang income niya is state pension, sabihin natin. Then he needs to show still the 18,600 pounds. Now, kung may savings siya, so as an example, kung 15,000 per annum before tax ang nakukuha niyang pension, ha? So may pension siya, state pension sabihin natin, and then on top of that, he also gets maybe a small pension from work, no? Ang total is 15,000, no? So that would be a little over gross, no, before tax, a little over 1,000 pounds on a monthly basis. So kung yun ang income nga niya, ibig sabihin, kailangan niyang pakita ang may savings siya of 25,000 pounds on top of the income. And those savings he must hold for minimum nga of 6 months. And it has to be effectively liquid savings. So it could be an ISA account or savings account, pera nga, but it can be, for example, equity in the house. So I also have inquiries where may bahay nga dito, the equity in the house can go into millions, no? But it does not count, unfortunately, towards the savings nga. So kung ang income niya 15,000, and that's actually I was doing some calculations for a client and who's retired, and his income was 15,000. So sa kanya, he needs to show, as I say, 25,000 pounds in the way of savings. Now, one thing at sabi ko doon sa kliyente ko, kung 15,000 lang nakukuha nga niya by way of the pension, of course, that's only 3,600 pounds away from the 18,600 pounds that's required. So, payo ko sa kanya is see if you can get a part-time job, which it's not, of course, that easy. But yung nga, kailangan kita, it's 3,600 per year na kailangan niya nga idagdag. And sabi niya, no, he will do it. He'll work, 1 or 2 days nga a week, and hopefully you'll be okay. But yung nga, so sa iyo, Leia, kung income nga lang niya state pension, then he needs to be able to show that he's earning 18,600. Again, the Home Office can look at it outside the normal rules nga, no, because it's exceptional circumstances. Sabihin natin may sakit siya, but he not enough so that he gets disability living allowance. You can make an application under that, but yung nga din, it is anything to do with discretion, anything to do with exceptional circumstances. Mahirap yun. So if you can avoid those types of applications, ang payo ko, you should. And in this case, kung meron nga siyang income, state pension sabihin natin, then it may be better na dagdagan nga lang niya by working, say, part-time.
Okay, ayan. Dagdagan, work. Hindi porke retired, wala na, no? You cannot work. Pwede ko kayong maghanap ng trabaho. And a lot of people are sort of hard up no? Kulang-kulang yung pension nila, so they have to work, no? Okay, well,
Yeah.
ayan. Napaka-interesting na questions. Yun na yung third question natin, direct, no? Okay. Yun ang ating, okay. Alright, meron tayong mga pagbati muna, attorney. Mga pagbati bago tayo
Oh, great.
magpaalam. I'd like to know, sana yung kaninang mga bago nating mga viewers, taga saan ba sila? Oh, Edgar Duway. Wow, okay. Sige, attorney, ribasa.
Oh, Edgar. Oh,
Hmm.
I missed you, Edgar. So, maayong gabi. I love that. No?
Maayong,
So poetic.
Bisaya,
Maayong gabi. Maayong gabi sa inyong lahat. And advance maligayang kaarawan sa sexy golden voice of media. Tama ka, no? Sir Sonny L. And to the ever romantic, inteligente, abogada, LIRA C. To Direct Pau Pau. Hello, Ma'am Cora, Emmeline, Oliver, Analu, Damin, Edgardo, and Rudy L. Magandang gabi. And Snooky the cutie. Snooky the cutie. I love that. Kamusta, Edgar?
Hindi ko.
Are you well, hopefully?
Mabuhay, Mabuhay, yes, you're well. Teka muna, anong birthday? My birthday ko, soon, no, hindi pa soon, matagal pa. July pa ako. Edgar, birthday ko. Oo, yeah. Pero kung sinabi mo advance, it could be March, April, May, June, no? Any of those, di ba? Advance. But yeah, thank you. At mabuhay ka, napakahusay na tao niyan. Very, very good with DIY.
So
ayan, no? Sige.
No, he's
Diana
good at everything.
Lynn.
Yun ang problema, no? He's
very
good
good.
at everything. That's kind of annoying. Okay, galing
Oh,
to
ito,
kay
attorney.
Diana.
Ayan,
No?
ayan.
Diana Lynn,
Mukhang
sending
kilala ka eh.
greetings from the land. Yeah, from the land of the long white cloud. Good to see you, Lira. Yeah.
Saan yan?
Hi, Diana. Kamusta? Nasaan ka ngayon?
Ano bang,
Yeah,
ano,
it's
ano yung good
Yeah,
long
no, I
white
know her.
cloud? Ano yan? Saan
Yeah.
yan?
Yeah, no,
Saan
it's
yan? Ano yan? Ano yan?
long white cloud. So she's being cryptic, si Diana. But nasa ka?
Okay.
Diana. Diana, no?
Mabuhay ka, Diana. Mabuhay ka, no?
Yeah,
Ayan,
mabuhay.
okay,
Yeah,
yes.
yun na.
Mabuhay.
Diana Lynn.
Oh!
Oh, Miss Robel. And look, she's
nasa
feeling
Pilipinas
good.
pa rin.
No?
Yeah, all caps.
Nasa Pilipinas ka pa?
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, all caps. Yeah. Hello,
Nasa
sabi ko
Pinas
niya.
pa
Hello,
rin, no?
everyone.
Nasa Pinas pa rin.
Yeah.
Mm.
Happy Thursday and good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira. Kamusta po? I hope you're enjoying it, At least hindi malamig sa atin, no? Yung nga lang, ewan ko, may bagyo ba ngayon sa atin? But hopefully wala.
Mainit daw. Yata
Umuulan.
pagka hapon din yata, mainit din. Yata, yata, mainit din, di ba? So, tama ba yun, Direk? Mainit din.
Not rainy season. It's not rainy. Yeah, umulan ba? Yeah, it's not rainy season ngayon. Ano tayo, March, February.
Well, technically, matatapos na yung ang winter dahil March na, February, December, January, February, winter. March, April, May, spring, June, July, August, summertime. Ako, summertime na naman. Malapit na. Okay, si Malu Losada Crisi, no? Saan daw siya? Taga, Milden Hall, Berry. Yeah, so go ahead, Attorney.
Yeah, so Malu Losada Crisi, watching from Mildenhall, Bury St. Edmunds. I know Bury St. Edmunds. I was living in Norfolk, no, at one point. And I think Bury St. Edmunds. I think malapit nga lang. Remind me, Malu, malapit lang din Bury St. Edmunds sa Norfolk. I think so actually. Yeah.
Okay. Well, marami pa akong gustong puntahan na mga lugar dito, no? Somehow, siguro I've been to 60-70% of the United Kingdom, no?
Wow.
So hopefully maikot 'yan, Well, ayan yung mga pagbati natin sa atin, no? Tonight. May photo yata si Watson na asan ba si Watson dito? Ano yan, Attorney? Ano yan?
Yogurt.
Ba nakatulog? Yogurt!
Yeah, licking away the yogurt pot. Gusto niya yung yogurt. Actually, you should try Snoopy on yogurt. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
she does.
So,
She does.
na malaki,
She eats
yeah, she
Greek
likes yogurt.
Yogurt. Oh, Greek kasi yung lahat ng kinakain ko. I feed her eggs. I eat eggs. I eat avocados. I eat ano pa tawag dito? Meron akong pinapakain sa kanya na ano yeah, turmeric. Nagtuturmeric din siya. Tapos nilalagyan ko ng
Yeah,
olive
oh,
oil yung
that's
food
good.
niya. Oo. Ang
Oo,
ganda ng skin
that's good.
ng kanyang hair compared sa mga siblings niya.
That's,
Mas maganda. Oh, yung iba
oh,
siblings niya parang kalbo na yung mga hair eh. Siya maganda itong si Snooki.
oh,
I don't know where she is.
oh,
Ito nasa likod ko pala.
oh, she's,
Oh, come, Snooki,
nasa
come.
likod mo?
Come. Oo, nasa likod. Tignan ko,
Tingnan
kunin ko
natin.
para makita.
Yeah,
Malungkot na
pick
malungkot
up,
na
pick up,
quiet
pick up,
dito.
pick up.
Ayan,
Yeah.
ito.
Oh,
Ito si
she's
Snooki.
so
Ayan.
cute.
Oh, naku, love ko to. Kinikiss ko to eh.
Parang teddy,
How are you, Snooki?
yeah,
Look, oh.
parang teddy
Oh,
bear. Yeah,
oh.
parang teddy bear
Tita,
siya. Oh,
Auntie
ganda niya,
Lira,
no?
oh. Oh, yan. Inaantok.
Snooki.
Ayan.
Naantok.
Masyadong mali talaga, attorney. Masyadong petite.
Oh,
Napakaliit talaga. You might think looking at her sa TV na malaki. Hindi, maliit to. Sobrang liit na talagang malambing to. At
oh,
at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5, nag-ano to, nag-number 1 and nag-number 2. So, yeah. Okay, well, nako, ito
she's
na
so
si ano. Si
cute.
Watson nga, pakita mo. Nag-yogurt din to. Nag-yogurt din. Si Snooki. Oh, nakatulog eh. Ayan. Oh, look, oh. Snooki, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's your best friend, no? Watson. Look, oh, may giraffe. A giraffe ba yun? Oh, how cute, no? Anong weight niya? Anong weight? Ang laki ng ilong. Grabe, no? Oo.
Yeah.
Oo, ang laki ng ilong
Yeah,
niya.
it's 45 kilos. So, mabigat tong aso ko.
Wow. Mabigat nga, malaki. 45 kilos, no? Ito, hindi pa
Yeah.
ni-experience
So,
ni Sophie yung summertime. So, I'm looking forward to our first summertime. She was born September 17. So, ano to? Ano ba tawag dito? Ano,
first.
ano pangalan nun? Yung autumn pinanganak. Yan.
Yeah.
Lalambing.
Cute niya.
Ang liit niya, sobra.
Oh, she's
Pagka,
so
when we get to see you,
cute.
attorney, ang liit niya talaga.
Oh, yeah.
Very small.
Oh,
So,
she's
ayan.
so
Okay.
cute
Ayan,
though,
sige,
no?
very, very adorable to. Napaka-sweet, napaka-sweet nito eh. Okay, well, ayan, attorney, baka meron ka pang gustong i-shout out o may nakalimutan ka doon sa diniscuss mo tonight, no? O may naalala ka or how to get in touch with you, go right ahead, please.
No, thank you po uli, no, for joining us. It's always a pleasure, and I look forward to it truly is happy Thursday sa akin. Now, hopefully, that was some of interest nga sa inyo pong lahat. Kung meron kayong questions o I didn't deal with perhaps some of the questions na pinag-usapan nga natin sufficiently in detail. Kung gusto niyo akong kontakin, ito pong contact details ko, no? CABATBAT at Douglas 2s -simon.com. Diretso pong email ko yun. May telephone number kami sa opisina. Ang number po namin 0203-375-0555, no? But it's better siguro if you email me. So I tend to open my emails like hours in the night. So and then I deal with it later on. So kung mag-email po kayo sa akin, lagay niyo po dun sa subject, no, immigration corner, so that I can find it later on. And if you want me to also call you back, please lagay niyo din yung telephone number niyo, and I'll see about calling you back. And yeah, as I say, kung meron kayong mga questions, feel free to email me. Now, itong pinag-usapan po natin ngayong gabi, no, which is immigration and relationship breakdown, I'm going to post an article actually about that, no, and I'll put it on our website next week. And so kung gusto niyo tingnan nga uli, you can go back to the website namin. Ito pong website namin, www.douglas with 2s-simon.com. So just go into that. Tapos po, if you go into the tab that says news, nandoon, no? And with other things actually, so it may actually be helpful. And I always try and update nga the website nga namin. And as I say, kung mayroon kang question, by all means, email me. But otherwise, no, thank you again for joining us, no. It's good of you, certainly, to be with us again. No, I certainly enjoy it. 31 years, and I still am passionate about it. So hopefully you continue to to support us po.
Yeah, 31 years and counting pa. Tuloy-tuloy pa yan, no? Somebody, may nag-message sa akin nung last a few days ago asking for your email address. So I gave your email address, no? Sana nag-email na sa'yo. Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Mukhang antok na ang ating little girl, no? Okay, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat to sa inyong walang sawang pagsubaybay sa amin ni Attorney Lira, no? Simon CABATBAT. Let's do it again, mga kaibigan, no? Next Thursday for another edition of Immigration Corner. So till then, sa ngalan ho ng ating direktor na sa Paula Perez, si Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT, si Snooki, at ni Watson, ito po si Sonny LARAGAN nagsasabing thank you very much. Good night, take care, and God bless. Bye!